They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just... You talk about this Chiefs defense. Well, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. From the 35, here's the 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 4th down. Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Tua going to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Tua going to change the play.
At the 41-yard line.
Hey!
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Levis is that's taken in by Okonkwo. And he's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Houston. Derrick Henry. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Oilers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chiefs nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Tagovailoa. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Yeah, maybe a little over-pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
It's a
two of the freshest guys coming off the lap.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Oilers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out.
On first down, back to Achane. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now they'll bring Tony in motion left. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11. The Chiefs are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
44. Ready.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play Week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. Inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
Ready.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Play action. Now it's Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Levis now on 2nd down. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
What are you doing?
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. And he will find his man on the outside. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Levis. They'll roll him out right. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Chiefs are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here's 2nd and 7. A run straight ahead with Achane. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Watch it, Oscar.
Looking to pass. Tua. And my goodness, another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 2nd and 10.
All right, let's go.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Chiefs nothing.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3.